Today we'll be taking a look at the classic king of Don't Starve Together, the Ancient Fuelweaver. My Don't Starve videos have been receiving phenomenal support lately, and I appreciate every comment and like. Although, apparently only 10% of the people that watch and enjoy my content are subscribed. So let me know that you want me to keep uploading by dropping a sub and showing your support with a comment. The Ancient Fuelweaver was, for the longest time, considered the final boss of Don't Starve Together, with a rather complicated setup and seemingly powerful drops. But with all this crazy stuff that Clay's adding nowadays, the Fuelweaver is hardly complicated at all, but still stands out as a rather significant progression point for most worlds. To start with, the Fuelweaver is heavily integrated into the Ruins, which I talked about a lot in my Ruins rush. If some things here don't seem to make sense, then I'd highly recommend you go back and take a look at that video before proceeding here. Now, in order to spawn the Ancient Fuelweaver, we're going to need access to 4 elements. Number 1, the Ancient Gateway. Number 2, the Ancient Key. Number 3, the Ancient Fossil, and number 4, the Shadow Atrium. The Ancient Gateway is found in a small mini-biome called the Atrium, which is often an isolated island located in the caves. To get here, you're going to have to destroy one of these giant tentacles and use it as a wormhole. There are several of these wormhole spots in the caves, and one of them will lead to the right biome. I normally use bunnymen or gunpowder to kill the tentacle pillar. When you arrive at the Atrium, near the centre you'll find a small arena with a structure in the middle. This is the Ancient Gateway, the place where the fight with the Fuelweaver will take place. Now you need the Ancient Key. This is dropped from the Ancient Guardian when you kill him in the Ruins. This is needed to awaken the Atrium into a constant state of nightmare, which creates the criteria needed for spawning the Ancient Fuelweaver. When you have everything else sorted and are ready to fight, insert the key into this gateway. Not any sooner though, because it will just make things harder for now. Next, you're going to have enough fossils to build a skeleton of the Fuelweaver. You can obtain fossils from mining stalagmites and stalagmites in the caves, and you need 8 in order to build the skeleton. However, 40% of the time building the skeleton will result in an incorrect formation. Just smack it down with a hammer and build it again until it's right. Now for the hardest part, the Shadow Atrium. For this, you'll need to kill the shadow pieces on a new moon. If you assemble 3 marble pieces and attempt to break them on a new moon, the shadow chest pieces will spawn. This is a tier based fight, with the remaining pieces getting stronger each time one is killed. I normally kill the knight, bishop, then the rook. I'd recommend a Magiluminescence amulet, Thulecite crowns or football helmets, a walking cane, and a cobbled arena, and some dark swords or glass cutters to help you in the fight. Speed will be your best friend in this fight. Once it's all over, you'll have a Shadow Atrium, the final piece to the puzzle. Now for the Fuelweaver preparations. While it's entirely possible to fight this boss solo using pretty normal methods, this boss is made to be a raid boss that takes advantage of the sanity gauge, needing you to dip in and out of insanity while damaging the boss, while managing your health. It can get very hectic and overwhelming to do with just one person, which is the mode I normally play, solo. So I've devised a little cheese strat that I used to take out this boss. I didn't come up with this strat, this is a strat that's been around in the community for a long time, but feel free to kill the boss in any way you choose. I'd just use this if you're struggling. Take a handful of lore plants, a Houndia Shootius and a Lazy Explorer down with you to the Atrium, build the fossil and insert the key as you would. But before you place the Shadow Atrium inside of the skeleton, place a Houndia Shootius about here, and add some lore plants here, in a barrier-like formation, separating the skeleton from the Ancient Gateway. Now place the Atrium in and teleport out quickly. Be sure to have enough food to last you about 2 days or so down here, as this will take a long time to kill, but eventually the boss will fall without you lifting a finger. When all is said and done, you'll have defeated the final boss of Don't Starve in probably the easiest way, with all the spoils to loot. The Houndia Shootius will not die during this process, and you can increase the numbers of them for a faster fight. Take your loot up to the surface, leaving the lore plants down here for next time. You can kill the Ancient Guardian again to get the Ancient Key, repeat the shadow pieces on the next new moon, and refight the Fuelweaver in 20 days. The main advantage of doing this, of course, is to reset the Ruins. Once the Fuelweaver is defeated, all the loot, gems, gears and Thulecite all respawn in the Ruins, leaving a nice loot-packed area for you to clear out again. The drops that you'll obtain include bone armor, incredibly useful for killing dragonfly solo, a bone helmet, which is sadly a pretty inefficient form of farming nightmare fuel, a shadow thurible, which lets you control your very own reanimated skeleton, which is also useful for chopping trees. Anyway, that's basically everything you need to know about the Ancient Fuelweaver. Thanks for watching my Don't Starve Together guide, and leave your video suggestions in the comments down below. I'd love to give a go at making some guides that people want to see. Links to the channel's Discord server, Twitter, Instagram and Patreon will be in the description as always, in addition to the Twitch stream, where you can watch me play games live, including Don't Starve Together, so if that's something you'd want to see, then, you know, come check it out. My name is Fliddy, and this has been a look at the boss known as the Ancient Fuelweaver in Don't Starve Together. Thank you for watching and take care.